Alright everyone, welcome back to another video with Creating with Miss Nancy. So here we're going to show you some beautiful DIYs for your home that you can do right now, that you can do today. We're going to show you 5 of them, and if you want to see all of the beautiful DIYs in their glory, then you're going to want to stay till the end to see all of the end products that I took a video of. And well, let's get started. So here we're taking some Waverly White chalk paint, and if you want some chalk paint, which I definitely recommend having because we literally use chalk paint for all of our videos, not all of our videos, I mean a lot of our DIYs is what I meant to say. Well, I get tongue-tied sometimes, okay? It happens to the best of us, it really does. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and paint these wooden pieces of wood here. I was about to say wooden blocks, but no, they're not blocks. Our wooden pieces here with some Waverly White chalk paint. And the reason I love white chalk paint is because it can adhere to almost any surface. It dries quicker. I mean, it's perfect also for those of you who like to do rustic DIYs for your home and everything, which we also like to do. But this DIY in particular is going to be a planter, and I know, how am I going to make a planter? How are we going to make a planter? Actually, how is Miss Nancy going to make a planter? Because as you all know, Miss Nancy is the one who does the crafts, and Victoria, which is me, I'm just the person who talks about her making the crafts. But I say we a lot because we're doing this together. We're in this together. While she is crafting, I am here, and I am loving it. I love to see what she does and what she creates and what she can come up with. And anyway, we're going to go ahead and, as I said before, paint these wooden pieces with Waverly White chalk paint, and then we're going to go ahead and take out our trusty heat gun. And if you don't have a heat gun, I definitely recommend having one because this definitely shortens the length of time that we spend on creating our DIYs for our home. And we do love doing our DIYs and creating them, but hey, we love to see progress, which means we want to see the end product in all of its beauty. So heat gun, yes. Love it. Then we're going to go ahead and glue some craft sticks right on top of them. So we're going to set them apart, as you can see here, and we're going to glue the craft sticks. We're going to glue about 5 craft sticks on each side. So this is going to be a double-sided planter. Yes, you heard me right, a double-sided planter. Alright, so once we have glued our crafting sticks to the front and the back, and also I want to say we did glue 2 of them on the bottom. We're also going to go ahead and add some aged glaze. Now, we used our paintbrush to spread it on there, but we're also going to go ahead and take our napkin and just wipe it off, wipe it around, and it's going to make it look smooth, and it's going to give it a more of a light, aged glaze, rustic look. And it's also good if you don't want your stain to be that dark, so you can always lighten it by adding some water, by adding a little water, or by wiping it off like we did. But I do recommend to use a cloth, although we didn't have a cloth around us at that time, so we went ahead and just used a napkin instead. But as I said, a cloth is definitely recommended because fibers from the napkin, you don't want that to get on your project. And just saying, the best thing to use is definitely a cloth. How many times have I said the word cloth? I don't know. How many times? Don't count. Don't count how many times. Now we're going to go ahead and take these foam blocks, and we're going to utilize the one that we have. So we only had one left, well actually half of one left, but we went ahead and cut it to fit inside of our planter. So yes, it's the perfect size. We're just going to go ahead and glue it. And yes, that's a little blooper. We did not mean for it to be like that. Miss Nancy did not mean to do that. It just kind of fell. Butterfingers. But anyway, we're just going to go ahead and put it in there, put our little foam blocks inside, and this is going to be, well, for the flowers, for the beautiful arrangement of greenery that we're going to go ahead and add in here. So I absolutely love these beautiful white flowers, and we're just going to go ahead and add it right into the floral foam blocks right here. And now you all can go ahead and we are in the season of winter right now at the time of this video, but you all can go ahead and use this for spring, summer. I mean, how cool would this be to do during summer with sunflowers? Just think about that for a second. Oh wow, now I really want to do it. But anyway, now we're going to go ahead and write a nice little saying on it, because you can leave it plain. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know how Miss Nancy is. She likes to add to what already looks good. She likes to add more. It's just one of her habits that she likes to do. I cannot tell you how many times that she's done this, where a DIY is done, we're taking the end product video to show all of you the beautiful DIY, and then she's like, wait, stop taking the video. I gotta add a bow. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, it looks good without the bow. I mean, the bow will make it look good too, but come on. It looks great by itself. But anyway, you know how it is. Miss Nancy is Mrs. I have to add one more thing. Just one more thing. That's literally how she is. But anyway, we're going to add a saying, and you all can go ahead and do this. You can write it out with a pen, and you can color it in with a marker, a paint marker, or you could use some vinyl wording. You know, they have some vinyl stickers at Dollar Tree, or you could put just a design or decoupage design, really whatever it is that you all want to do. You are welcome to do that. So for DIY number 2, we are taking both of these products from Dollar Tree. I think actually, hold on, a lot of these products that we're using in the video, you can actually find the exact ones at Dollar Tree or ones that are similar to what we're using in Dollar Tree. So awesome, isn't that wonderful? So we're going to start out by adding some aged glaze stain again. We're going to be using our napkin again to just kind of wipe it down a little bit, make it lighter. Also, it helps to spread it around nicely, and that way it doesn't look so dark and, I don't know what the right word is, pasty or so thick on there, but now it just looks like it's a part of the board, like it's the board's natural color, which is what we want it to look like. But as I also said before, and I will say it again, not to sound like a broken record, but make sure you use a cloth, because that is definitely the best route to go, because you don't want any fibers from your napkin. Luckily, we didn't really have any issues with that, but you know, a cloth is definitely the best way to go. Also, Miss Nancy went ahead and sanded the sign down, because it also removed some of the aged glaze that was there before, and it made it look rustic. It just really added to the rustic feel and look of it all, so you can also do that. That is an option. Now we're just going to glue the word faith, and we're going to add some cotton cord right through it. And we are done with this beautiful DIY, but like I said, I will definitely show all of you the end products, well, at the end of the video. So on to DIY number 3. So we're going to go ahead and take these beautiful wooden squares, and I know I keep saying everything's beautiful, but that's honestly genuinely what I think. I just love the DIYs that we do, and I love the supplies. I'm very much a supplies-oriented person, like stationery. I love stationery. And I love the craft supplies. I just like having them around, but it's a good thing we have Miss Nancy, because she's the one who actually makes them into something beautiful. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and place these circular stickers onto the wooden squares, and we actually bought these stickers at Dollar Tree, and we're doing this for a reason, okay? We're doing it for a reason, so just wait for it. Now we're going to go ahead and paint over the whole thing with white chalk paint. Now we're going to go ahead and add some aged glaze over it. Because again, we're just trying to be rustic here because Miss Nancy loves rustic home decor and, well, I do too. See, now do you see what we did here? We removed the circle and now there's just an open patch of wood in a circular shape, and that's for a reason because we're going to be stenciling. Yes, we're going to go ahead and stencil. And you can definitely use a stenciling sponge, which is highly recommended, but as you can see, we did just fine with a paintbrush. It's all about the technique, so as long as you dab up and down and don't put a lot of paint on your brush and you're just dabbing it in an up and down motion rather than side to side, which you do not want to do because it will smear, then you will be okay to go ahead and use a brush. And as crafters, just use what you have on hand. It's what we all do, isn't it? Yes. So here we're going to be stenciling different designs on all three of them. How beautiful! And last but not least, we're going to go ahead and add our jute rope here. And we want to make sure that all of our squares are at the exact same distance, that all three of them are at a good distance from each other, that none of them are too far apart from the rest. And we're going to add this twine here because it's going to hang. It's going to be a little hanging sign. It's going to be beautiful. And what did I tell you? Mrs. Nancy is Mrs. I need to add one more thing because she thought to herself, it looks nice, but it needs fake snow because, we're making winter themed home decor DIYs for all of you who love winter or who just love winter home decor, winter inspired home decor, because I don't really know if I don't really particularly like winter because it's cold. So, I don't know about you, but I like being warm by the fire with the hot cocoa, not being freezing in the snow, wondering where my feet went because they fell off and I can't feel them, So, actually, funny story, I went to Six Flags in the cold and it was very, very freezing. It was so cold that I actually couldn't feel my feet. And I kept thinking to myself, do I still have feet? Do I still have feet? Don't go to Six Flags in the cold. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. And you won't be able to enjoy the rides to the fullest. Believe me, I would know. I experienced it. But anyway, so we've had this random baking pan just sitting around, never being used, and it kind of looks a little old. I can see a little rustiness here and there. So we're not going to be using that for food anytime soon. But Miss Nancy came up with a wonderful DIY, so we're going to show it to you. All we're going to do is come in with some white chalk paint and paint the entire pan. So once we have painted all of it with white chalk paint, I believe we put about 2 coats of paint over it because sometimes you may need to add extra coats to things. Just allow it to dry first and see if you can still see any imperfections or the original object, and if you still can, then add another coat of paint. But right now we're going to go ahead and add some aged glaze, and of course it's to add a rustic feel and look to it. As you all know, Miss Nancy loves rustic. I don't know about you, but I do too, so I am totally okay with this. Right now we're going to be adding craft sticks. We're going to glue them here, but as you can see, they're a little bit too long for the plate. So Miss Nancy just went ahead and marked them, and she's going to cut at an angle. That way they can be sized to their right shape. And of course, we're going to be adding a little aged glaze to further add to that rustic look. And what's rustic without some jute rope? And again, we come back with a foam block that we cut in two, and we're going to be gluing it inside of the pan. And then, of course, as you know, foam blocks need stuff stuck inside of them, so we're going to be adding some greenery. Now we're going to be adding these wooden beads through a pipe cleaner, and we're just going to glue this to our beautiful hanging sign, and we are done. Okay, you all, now we are on to DIY number 5. So this is a very simple DIY. Actually, they've all been very simple DIYs, but you know what I mean. I feel like this one is the simplest of them all. Here we have a stand that we made ourselves, and we're going to add some Mod Podge on top of that stand, add some fake snow, and we're going to take these ornaments, which I love, by the way. I love the whole icy blue color. I love it very much. And we're just going to glue these ornaments together. So what we did is that we popped off the little handle of the ornaments and just glued them together. And all we're going to do is glue it to our stand, and we are done. But I do want to say for the ornament specifically that we actually added a little bit of cotton cord to the ornament at the bottom, and that was connecting to the ornament that was above the one on the bottom. And we did that because we noticed there was a slight wobble. So in order to eliminate that wobble, we went ahead and added some cotton cord to the round ornament and then to the one that was above it, the spindle type ornament. And well, that definitely fixed the problem. And there you have it. Here's all of our beautiful home decor pieces that were very simple to make, and we hope that you enjoyed watching, that you were inspired by this, because we love inspiring you to create a memorable home on a budget. So remember, you can do these for any season, any occasion. You can change these up to fit the aesthetic of your home, to fit the theme that you're going for. Really, you could even give these away as gifts because they're honestly so beautiful at the end. I really truly believe that the camera does not do it justice. Don't forget to subscribe and join the creative family. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you can get notified every single time that we come to you with another video. And that way you won't miss a thing. You will be on top of your crafting game right along with us. So until next time, well, happy crafting, and we'll see you all in the next crafting video.